I 100% agree. I'm saying we can go even further and make sure that the kids are actually not, getting a decent lunch.
Yeah, I just teach my daughter, don't waste the food, and take those 15 minutes to eat as long as possible, as well as you can.
Sure.
So she's doing pretty well, but I can notice the more than half kids, it's just
it's
open
terrible.
and then throw it.
Really terrible. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks, Lisa.
Well, everybody, thanks for staying around tonight. It's been a long night. It's been a great honor for me for 4 years to be your council member, to put us on a new journey together, to bring us back to respectability, to bring us back to a district that can be proud, to bring back to things that we really haven't seen before, which is involvement of everyone. I think the personal character of everyone comes out during campaigns. I think who you are as a person is reflected in the campaign literature you send out, the message that you take, the lies that you say, to take credit for things that you had nothing to do with. All of that comes forward. The infatuation with my father's firm. How many times tonight did we hear that? It's like, if you want an application or a resume, send it over, but I'm sure they'll look at it. There's a distrust. There's an anger. The only candidate to be summarily dismissed by religious, ethnic, community, and civic leaders is the candidate opposing me in the primary for the garbage that was printed against us, for the cartoon characters that were used, for the message that someone thought that actually would be good to become a leader, to be the ability to run a district, says something when everyone dismisses that. So we're very proud to have every union endorsement, every law enforcement, every community group and civic leaders that have gotten involved, have really been part of this campaign. We've worked with everyone from day one who were with or against on certain issues to come into the office and talk about it and figure out what's the best answer. And sometimes there is no perfect answer, just like the stop sign or the light out front. Sometimes not everyone's going to be happy about it. But then you make tough decisions and you go on. And that's what leadership is about. But it's also being proud of what you stand for, what you say, and the message you put out. And I think now, after seeing what happened just a few weeks ago at the end of the primary, and the mail that came out, and the message that was there, and the anger that was in the community, I couldn't be more different than the person sitting next to me. I mean, it's like night and day. Thank God for that. My kids are so proud of the man that I've become. And when they turn around and say they're going to run for public office, guess whose path they're going to follow? The ones of trust, quality, leadership, family values, things that you're proud of. Not lies, deceit, and everything that we see on the news that just gets you so angry and frustrated about politics these days. It's good to be a smiling council member and someone that you can say, hey, Paul, how's the family? What's going on? I saw you last week at our group. I saw you at the Kabbat. I saw you at the community board. It's good to talk about those things. That's quality. That's leadership. That's family. That's love. That's the ability to work together. So leave it to yourself for what you heard tonight, what you're going to see, what you saw, who's standing with who, what religious, ethnic, civic leaders are standing with who is supported by the groups that you trust beyond what we tell you, because ours is just words. I actually have things that I can show that we did for 4 years, and we're the only elected official that has a weekend review that shows you everything we do. There's no secrets. Everything we've done, you've seen. Who can you say that about? No elected official has attempted that. We do that every week. If you want to see the schedule, the emails, it's there. For better or for worse, it's there. My wife says, my entire community knows everything about it. I said, well, that's what public office is. We're a public family. So our kids have grown into it. We're very honored to do that. It's coming up again, the election. Let's make a strong voice. Let's stand together and say we want to build on what we did together for 4 years. We want to build on those successes. We're proud of the community that we are. We're not going to stand for anyone that tarnishes that or brings something different that we don't like, and the reason why we change the channels and throw things into the garbage. That's where that belongs. This is who you are as a person. We reveal ourselves to what it is, and the best part about it is you know me. We've been here. We've had these conversations. You see what we've accomplished together. We've worked with everyone in the room. So God bless you, your families, and hopefully we can do this for 4 more years. Thank you very much.
say it again. Thank God for that. All I can say is I learned from a master. 4 years ago, when I ran the first time in 2013, Paul Vallone ran a vicious campaign against the other candidates, putting out hate mailers. One in particular was mine, which had my head on fire. And it said, "Don't get burned," by Paul Graziano. The difference is the mailers I've put out are actually telling the truth. We have a district where the council member has been rated number 38 of 51. I didn't make that up. He's been rated last in constituent response. I didn't make that up. He's been rated last in enacting bills in the city of New York. I didn't make any of this up. This is all public information. Okay? More than 30% of his campaign contributions come from developers, contractors, lobbyists, all the people that are causing trouble in our community. We need to continue the quality of life that people here have expected for decades. We have seen a marked deterioration in quality of life. Part of that has to do with a response from the council member. The response, as I said, has been last. There have been cases where I have emails from people who contacted Paul Vallone's office, and they were contacting me 2 or 3 years ago because there was no response from his office. One in particular where the response from the email was, in this case it wasn't to me, it was, "Oh, we don't deal with that issue, why don't you contact State Senator Tony Avella?" And that was a local issue. That had to do with an illegal conversion where a house in a single-family zone had been carved up into 17 units. Okay? So we can talk about lies. I bow to the master on my left. We can talk about what's important for our district. It's really simple. Taking care of the stuff of the district. There are 3 things that a council member does: constituent services, passing legislation, and then, if those things are done, then taking on projects that they're pushing for personally. That is not happening in this district. It's just not. And you can look it up yourself. Again, this is all public information. I'm not making anything up. I'm here because I got 46% of the vote in the primary. Okay? And that tells me that almost 50% of this district is not happy with the direction that we are going in. So, I urge you to vote, and I've said this many times, and the other 2 times that I've been here, I've said this as well. Vote, no matter what you do. Just turn out to vote. Do you know how many people turned out to vote for the primary? Do you know how many registered Democrats there are in the district? 40,000. Do you know how many turned out to vote? 5,500 in the entire district. Okay? There were a few more hundred of absentee ballots after that, but under 6,000 altogether. This is really sad. If you care about your neighborhood and you care about the Bay Club, please turn out to vote. I hope you'll vote for me. I really enjoyed talking with you tonight, and thank you so much.
I want to thank Paul Vallone and Paul Graziano for a great job, great debate, great discussion. You people decide what you feel is comfortable and what you think is best for our community. Both upstanding men. I know they have differences, and that's what happens in a campaign, unfortunately. But I want to thank you for participating, and hopefully whoever is elected will have more of these, what we call town hall meetings. And thank you for coming, and we'll see you tomorrow night at the unit owners meeting, because I'll be under pressure. Okay, thanks.